Flaws and all, womanhood, sisterhood, and traveling through the worst hood, adulthood. Conversation from a woman's point of view. This is the S.I.S Podcast.
Hey sis! Hey sis! So welcome back to another episode of Simply Incredible Sisters. This season we're talking about motherhood. And in this episode we'll be talking about it is okay to not be okay, the postpartum edition. I'm your girl Quell, and I'll be your host for this episode. And I have my ladies with me.
Hello, it's your girl Queez.
And it's your favorite sis, Jenny.
There you have it. So let's get into it, guys. So a quick disclaimer about what is postpartum / baby blues, and why do some women go through it. So postpartum is a mood disorder that can develop after giving birth, identified by persistent feelings of sadness, anxiety, and loss of interest in activities that were once enjoyable to you. So current symptoms or normal symptoms include sadness, depression, anxiety, difficulty sleeping, fatigue, and change in appetite. Okay, treatments is psychotherapy, antidepressants, and support groups. Baby blues, which is normal, is temporary, but you can have temporary symptoms and moods of mood swings, which resolve within a couple of weeks. Okay, so we're going to get into it. Let's talk about it, ladies. So did you go through postpartum, and what was your experience with postpartum?
Did I go through postpartum? Absolutely. Let's be real. I mean, let's see. With my first baby, Adriana, of course, like I said, I was in school. If you watched the other episodes, I told y'all earlier that I was in school when I had my first baby. So, and then if you watch season 2, you'll also know that my daughter's dad did not stay after she was born. So he left like when she was 6 weeks old, and not like left me, but he left to go back home. He left in Chicago. And so, I'm going to school. I literally only stayed off from like having the full recovery from having birth. I went back to school in 3 weeks. Like I didn't even do a full recovery. So that in itself was a lot.
Nuts.
Yeah. Like I went back to school 3 weeks after having a baby, having this whole newborn, and then 3 weeks later he leaves. So now I'm at home, my mom, my dad, and depending fully on my family support system to help me out. And so I'm like, I gotta finish school. I gotta do what I gotta do because I got this child looking at me. I got my family I'm leaning on, but I want to do better for them as well. And it was a whole lot of stressors. So in turn, dealing with the come down from having a baby, I mean, all the hormones and stuff that's coming out of your body's trying to find some kind of balance, normality with you just had a child. So now I got to figure out how to come back together. Like,
Child, it's 3 weeks. Man, it's usually 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, you're supposed to. It's supposed to be 6 to 8 weeks,
which is still egregious.
Yes,
it's still still need more than that because your body's not fully recovered. But that's what they give you. But I mean, I didn't even get that. So I'm like going full speed, still studying, still doing all this stuff. Like I was a crazy woman. Like I was getting no sleep because the baby. Well, she slept through the night, but of course, baby's gonna wake up sometimes, be a little agitated, cry. She cried a lot. I love. It's crazy now to think about it, but she cried a lot since like she was 2. But I remember one night it was so bad. Like I really knew I was going through postpartum because at that point I didn't even know it. But I know one night it was middle of the night, and so she was crying, and so I'm holding her, and I'm like, what do you want? What do you want? I gave you everything I can. What do you want? Like you full, you dry, like what you want, child?
Right.
And then next thing I know, I was like, if she don't stop, I'm about to chuck this child. And I saw myself getting her and throwing her down the hallway because I'm in the bed and I'm just like, I'm about to shake you, but I'm like, yes, I'm about to chuck a football. Literally. I'm about to let it go. And so I'm like, I don't know how my mom must have sensed it. And she got up out the bed and she came in there and she was like, hey, you want me to take the baby? I was like, please.
Thank you.
And right before I was about to chuck her, Oma came in there and took the baby. And that's when I knew I was like, ooh, you going through. But for some reason, it felt like that was okay to do. So I understand why some women sometimes snap. You know, it's of course you looking at it like, you crazy. Why would you ever do that?
Right.
You know, on the outside looking in, but when you going through all those emotional changes, then I was going through a state of depression because I'm feeling alone. Even though I have all the support around me, I'm feeling alone because the person that helped create this child isn't here.
Right.
So with that whole
makes a difference.
It does.
Yes,
It's
so-
so key.
Yes.
Like the person that, like your child's father, whether it's your partner, your spouse, just your baby daddy, your friend, whoever it is, not having them play the role that you need them to play in making that child triggers something so deep in that phase. Oh my God.
Yes. And that's why some women go like they react out of anger when it comes to like co-parenting in relationships where it's like, it's almost like they trying to get back.
And you feel like you should because you're not even here to go through the trenches with me.
Yes.
Like, where are you when I'm in here and this baby crying all night? You getting the good part of it. You coming in when they're
You get 'em
okay.
on the weekend.
Yeah. And I'm going through the day-to-day, you know, all of the things, the trials and tribulations that's happening. I'm making a way out of no way. And you're just reaping the benefits of all of my hard work. So, yeah, when you have all those emotional changes going on and you dealing with all that, you got, you know, for me, like I said, I had a spout of depression going on. It's easy to want to lash out. And, you know, not in the best ways, especially I remember that night in particular, like thinking about throwing her down the hallway and was just like, yeah, if she cries once, I'm just going, and I'm so glad I didn't, but you know, like, that's just how I felt. And then like with Amina, even though, you know, and Terrence was there and I had a full support system, my husband was there, I had the support. I just remember one night, you know, he said something to me. I think we had just like a small spat, but because I'm coming down off all these emotions, everything small was big.
Yeah.
So I remember
it is.
going into the closet and just bawling, crying my eyes out. Like, I mean, snot, the whole nine.
I've done the same thing.
It's the postpartum.
Literally lock myself in the closet and just feel like a crazy person and just break down.
Yes. And I remember he opened the door and
And
was
you're
like,
frustrated and irritated with yourself too. So you
Yes.
can imagine how they feel because you're like, I have no control over what I'm
it's
feeling.
like, what are you doing? Why are you in here crying? Get up. And he was like, but I can't. And so, like, I'm just in here bawling. He came in, he was like, what's wrong with you? Get off the floor. Come on here. Come on. He got me off the floor. But I was just like, outside of myself, like, what's wrong with you? It ain't even that, he didn't say that, nothing that bad. Like,
calm down. You're like,
tripping. But yeah, like that postpartum, like it really is like you out of your body. Like you looking at yourself like, why is you acting like that? But you're going through the motions of acting crazy.
Yeah.
And even more crazy than you even know.
Yeah.
Because I had people tell me, like I said, I didn't know I was being mean to people when I was pregnant. I didn't know all these things was going on. But they telling me like, no, you were wilding. Like you was not yourself. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about you, Jenny?
Man, well, first of all, disclaimer, I'm definitely in the thick.
Yes.
Yes.
If you've seen the latest episodes, we had Nunu as a special guest. So she's in right now in the middle of it.
I am in the thick of postpartum, and I'm actively trying my best not to fall into postpartum depression. And because I had it the first time around, and you know, doing, like you said, treatments of psychotherapy. I am in therapy weekly because first of all, it's such a difference going from one child to two children.
Absolutely.
It's a huge difference. But there's just, I think I anticipated postpartum depression because my pregnancy was so difficult.
Okay.
And the pregnancy alone put me in a very depressive state because I felt very isolated. I felt very alone. I felt like not in control of my body. And so that was like a big trigger. But with Iman, like the biggest trigger, like you said, is when you don't have your partner there. And even though it wasn't like my partner wasn't there because he didn't want to be, you know, my husband wasn't here because of immigration, you know, and kind of navigating that whole piece. And I literally did 18 months by myself.
Yes.
And falling into that depression was like, I'm so thankful for my support system, my sister, my parents, my cousins, because I didn't even realize I was in it until it was like, the first day that it was like, it hit me was when my sister had literally been with me for like maybe the first 3 weeks, every day straight, all day, every day. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna go home for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow.
That was a long night.
And And I just literally was like watching her like walk out the door, and she just kind of turned her head back and looked at me, and she was just like, "Are you good?" And I broke down. And I'm just like, you cannot leave me with this baby. Like, you cannot leave me with this baby, because it's like, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, you tap into, you know, like, I love my child. I'm so thankful for my child.
Yes.
And that don't be it.
Yeah.
But I think the delirium from the lack of sleep, especially like when you're a breastfeeding mom, that every 2-hour thing to get your milk supply up, like when you're not and I think social media and a lot of things will have you thinking that a lot of people are oversuppliers. Oh, you got enough to feed your baby, and then you got a whole freezer full of like hundreds and hundreds of bags. Like, and that is not the reality.
No, not at all.
You know, I am just making it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's something else to unpack on
yes,
top of the other stuff.
Exactly. So like, and with Iman, in the beginning, he did not want to nurse. Like, because I had to get him, because he was technically considered a preemie. So we had to give him formula to get out the hospital. So he had a bottle, and then he would have like the milk that I was pumping. And then so when I would try to nurse him, he's giving like, I don't want to work for this. Like, I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do all that.
Yeah. And then, you know, I love, you know, being from an African household, because in Nigeria, they don't cater to mothers like more so even how they cater to them here. And that's saying a lot, because it's not like they really cater to us like that either. But in Nigeria, you go in the hospital to have a baby, and it's given like, what you crying for? Like, you put yourself in a situation, push this baby out and call it a day.
Wait a minute now.
Like, women birth babies every time. Yes. Like,
I gotta
listen.
hurry up and back. No.
Listen, like, women birth babies every single day. Like, come in here, push.
But it ain't me.
Push. Like, you know what I'm saying? But see, where the staunch difference is that I realize is that in Nigeria, they still very much have that village mentality.
Yes, yeah.
It's still like all the women are like rallying around you.
Yeah.
You're not really taking care of your baby.
Right.
Everybody.
Like, and I don't know
is.
about this generation, but like our parents and grandparents generation, it's kind of like you have your mother-in-law, you have the sisters, you have the cousins. They're all coming,
everybody.
and they're like, they really just usually feed the baby and then take the baby back.
Yeah.
So you're not doing that whole, I'm waking up, I'm exhausted, because somebody has your baby.
Yeah.
So all you really have to do is focus on your healing.
So it's like a support system on steroids.
So they don't really understand
that's
postpartum depression, because my mother-in-law, I'm over here trying to figure out this whole nursing thing with my child. And she's like, Tokumbo, oh yeah, give him the breast now. And I'm like, in that moment, I'm like shaking, because I'm like, I'm literally trying to figure this nursing thing out, and it's already frustrated me because I'm a perfectionist, and it's not coming naturally, you know. And he's just giving.
He don't want it.
Like, give me the bottle. Give me what's going to give me the food
because
right
you
now.
tripping. Give me my food now.
Yes.
I need my money now.
Yes. And so the fact that you are making it seem like I'm not even trying, and it's like, I text my sister. I was like,
added pressure.
Get here now.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to flick off.
And I'm trying to be respectful.
Exactly.
Look, that's a whole situation in itself.
Listen, the in-laws in postpartum.
Yes.
And I have when I say my mother-in-law, my sisters-in-law, like, they're not like in-laws. They are like my family. Like, they are amazing
They're
people.
in-laws.
But when you giving birth is such a personal thing. And so you really just want your people. Yeah. And not to say that you're in-law, but you're kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Want your mom.
You want your mom. You know, your
you
want, because it's such an intimate phase. You know,
looking at my cooch.
Exactly.
I don't want everybody looking at things.
And it's one thing
as country as possible
to have a lady who birthed you look at your cooch.
Right.
It's another thing to be like,
your in-law.
Yeah. Like, it's like, no. I don't know if I want to get that level of intimate with you, girl. Right. You know, and so I think, like, with Iman, it broke me down. And I almost had to go on medication, because one thing, and that's why one of the things I strongly, strongly always advocate for as a Black woman, you should find a care team that looks like you. Because if you find a good care team, especially those that look like you, the type of advocacy that you're going to get is going to be totally different. Because they understand it. And there are going to be things that are very similar that they went through.
Right.
That you're also going to go through.
And just some things you can't explain, you know, that maybe you don't have the words for, that they understand just by looking at you.
Right.
So, and that's where culture come in. So definitely.
And like there's no judgment or whatever like that. Literally, because my OB, shout out to Dr. Anderson Toll from Hoffman and Associates. Listen, when I say my OB is the GOAT, my OB is the GOAT. Because when I say she takes her listen, if you were her patient, you best know. If you're not that first patient in the morning, you gonna wait. You gonna wait. Your appointment might be at 9 o'clock. You might not see her till 10:30.
Wait a minute.
But it's okay. Because you understand why.
It's worth the wait.
It's so worth the wait because she's going to get it. She's not, now healthcare is all about, how many patients can I see within an amount of time so they can get their RVUs up and all of that so that they get paid. Nah, Dr. Anderson not like that. She going to get in that room. She taps in. She's like, how's our husband? Because at this point, Juwan wasn't here. How's our husband? He's not here yet. What can I do? Is there anything I can write to immigration for you? Is there anything I can do to support you? She's constantly checked into who you are as a person.
To have a doctor caring about the whole family.
Yes.
Just the
it's not just, the pregnancy part. It's the holistic care part of it. And then she'll go in and ask those type of questions. So when I came in and she was like, wait, Juwan's not here yet? She was like, I already know what's going on.
That's a whole different round.
Yes. And she was like, so if you need the medication, it's okay.
Yeah.
She said, but I need you to make sure you in therapy. You need to be talking to somebody. She was like, what does your support look like? Do I need to help you find support? You know what I'm saying? These are things that doctors who are just there to just clinically diagnose you, they're not tapping into none of that.
Care about.
No.
They don't exactly. And so it's important to really get a care like that.
But also on the flip side of that, if you don't have that kind of advocacy or don't have that care, to speak up for yourself, like understand the signs, like know when you are having those out of body moments where you're like, what are you doing? Like recognizing that actively and saying, okay, hold on, I might need to look at some outside help because
knowing those unhealthy thoughts. And also like support teams are becoming much more popular now, especially with the rise in like mental awareness and wellness. So it's like I see a lot of groups like on Facebook, and they have like groups that you can join and talk to people like from all over the world that'll help just give you that support that you need, even if it's a phone call sometimes. Because in my experience, when I was going through postpartum, it was during COVID.
Girl.
So people could not be around. So I called Jenny, I called Ray, and I'm like, look, and then I'm going through postpartum, and then my husband had a mental breakdown. So sometimes, like in a dynamic of marriages, people, you know how they say, when you're up, when that person is down, you're up. And when you're up, that was not our case. I was down and he was down. He was looking at me and I was looking at him. Like, listen, I done been at home with this baby all day. Your turn, bro.
Listen.
You know, but not saying I didn't care about his mental health, but we both had things going on.
You don't. I care. Let's be real.
Like, it's your turn with this baby.
Not in a sense like you really don't care, but it just be kind of like,
me too. You can
You can talk about something that's not in the house right now.
And it's like, no shade, but you ain't just carried no baby and push out no baby, and this baby is not relying on you physically to live. And so it's like, I see you, and I'm sorry, but I don't have it in me to care about you right now. Not in that way.
So that's
how my postpartum is.
Well.
I get it. I get it.
They need a support group as well.
They do.
I was like, he had a hard time, like he had left the house and everything. So it was like,
Juwan did the same thing with Nunu.
Yes.
So
it'd be hard on them too. And for me, it was like, how dare you?
Yes.
And I felt bad feeling that way. You know, I had to do a lot of praying because I was like, Lord, now, and like in Alabama, guys, we don't have, like for government workers, we don't have FMLA. I'm an educator for public schools. We just got it. Just now, they passing the law. Governor Ivey just announced it. They passing the law July 1st. So I'll have it when I have this baby.
Amen.
Praise him. But at that time, I was virtually still working. Good thing it was virtual. But can you imagine not having, so it's like,
That's
if I'm
crazy.
out, it's no income at the time.
That's
It was
crazy.
during COVID, so my husband's job that he loved closed down. They closed their site in Montgomery. So he was like doing his entrepreneur thing. God provided,
Amen.
but it was stressful. So he was a new father, and he had stresses on that end of providing. And then I'm a new mother, and I have stresses on the end of I'm still working through why I have my baby. And my baby was every 2 hours around, like, Mama, what's up with
Yeah.
it? Like,
Yes.
And you
I'm
were
ready
breastfeeding?
to eat.
You were
Yes.
breastfeeding too?
I was, and I wasn't
Lord.
producing that much, probably less than Jenny, because I was producing like 2 ounces. And this boy, newborn, Messiah was already on like 3.5 ounces.
That's Nunu. Oh my
It was
God.
like-
Goodness.
And the doctor had to tell me, like when he was almost 12 months, that he don't have to eat every 2 hours no more. But this boy still was every 2 hours.
He said, you say that, but I'm hungry.
Like even with, the baby food and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I was like, Lord, you're going to have to help me because I couldn't work out. So that's my thing. If I can go get on the Stairmaster or I can go do something, it helps like relieve that stress that I feel. It helps me feel better at least for that moment of a few hours.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But that was hard because him trying to make sure he have work every day, I was keeping the baby overnight and throughout the day while I'm on virtual. So when he get home, it was like, I love you, but you got to get your baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get your baby.
And that's what made me thankful for, at least when I had Adriana, I was at home with my parents because they understood, especially my mom, she understood the fact that I didn't have him. And so she had to step in to some extent.
Yeah.
But as the grandmother, she's like, let me take the baby as soon as I get home because I know you need that rest or whatever, or you need that time to study. And I tried to, I tried to breastfeed for her. Because I went back to school so much, I had so many stresses with the depressed, and then postpartum depression. On top of that, I could
Stress
not.
is a big thing for milk.
Yeah,
production,
it will
too.
not produce.
It
Like
will
I
dry you up.
I dried up instantly. I think I lasted not even a month. Not even a month.
It was
That's
3
depressing
for me.
in itself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I
when
felt
you
like
want
I
to do
failed.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I
you
wanted
feel a
it so
sense of
bad to
failure.
give her the breast milk. I was able to get her colostrum, which is the best part, of
Yeah.
course. But I was like, I wanted to be able to, at least interchange because I was doing the formula because I knew I couldn't supplement her, her growth and her wanting to eat. And so I did the formula, then I would breastfeed and give her the formula. And then I was, like I said, pumping. I wasn't letting her latch on because I didn't know about that then. And so that in itself was depressing because I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling as a mother. I hope I don't feel in school. And it was just like a whole lot. And then with Amina, it was like, and Terry's stepmom is a nurse and she's a lactation nurse. So she taught me how to let her latch on. So I was able to nurse with her for at least a month, but then I went back to work. And so now I'm doing the formula again. So now again, I feel like, okay, most moms, like I said, talking about they got freezers full and they breastfeed for months and, now I can't get past
got a 2-year-old
a month or
on.
two. I'm like, dang, what's wrong with me? Why I can't pump? I
Right,
can't get the
right.
breast milk away. Yeah, it all of that wrapped into how you feeling, and then like you said, without having that support system of your significant other with the first one, it's like a whole different slope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Literally,
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It is
absolutely.
And like being, you're like hearing what you said resonates so much because now Juwan is here for this one, and I think what triggers probably my bouts of anxiety and my bouts of depression. Like, first of all, I think I'm already an anxious person. So one of the things that is really bad and is something like I have to constantly work through is I'm always thinking about what can go wrong that leads to her death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and it scares the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm just like, I'm always like, oh, is that blanket too
she
close to her
breathing?
face?
Yeah.
Is
Her
she going to
chest going
suffocate?
up and down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I was the same way.
it's, I think about, okay, I'm holding her right here, but then there's a glass table right here. What if she slips right here and then she knocks her head and it cuts the edge of her head and it, gushes open or whatever. Like, I just be looking at my surroundings and I'm like, what around me can kill her?
That's how I was the first baby. That's how I was with Adriana. Because like I said, when she first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to protect her with all my heart. I'm like, oh my goodness. But is she going up and down? Is she sleeping? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm watching her constantly. But with Amina, I had that emergency C-section. My midsection was excruciating pain. Excruciating pain to the point I could not lay down. I had to sleep on the chase lounge.
I remember being on the phone with you. Do you remember when you were, remember, you had to go back to the hospital because you busted your stitches?
I did.
I remember I was on the phone with you.
Wow.
Yes, like I had, okay, so my cousin, the first few weeks of me having a meeting, my cousin was coming over to help with Adriana because she was 4 at the time. So, you know, I didn't want to neglect her, but I couldn't give my all to this newborn, you know, heal up and everything too. So she would come over and kind of like play with her, keep her occupied while I took care of the baby and stuff. And I remember one morning, the doorbell's ringing and Terry's in the bed, he's in the bedroom because I can't sleep in the bedroom. My bed is too high. And so I'm like, he ain't gonna get the door. So I just like jerked up. Totally forgot that I got these stitches and I'm not supposed to do that.
Wow.
I jerk up, I get up, I walk to the door and I'm like, what is that leaking? I see a trail of blood behind me. And I'm like, okay, I gotta open the door. So I open the door and I know she's looking at me like, you're bleeding, like blood is gushing. And so I said, babe, you might want to come here. I'm trying to stay calm because I'm like, I cannot freak out because I'm going to wake the baby. Adriana's going to wake up. She's going to see her blood. It's going to be a bad scene. He comes in. He just grabs me, throws me in the shower, rinses me off. Because, I mean, I asked him, I was like, what was your mindset when that happened? Because I would have been freaking out. You're bleeding. What is going on? Right. He called the doctor. The doctor said, put a pad on her stomach. Like, put a pad on her stomach, bring her to the hospital. But it was like a blood clot that had burst. But
Okay.
I didn't know that though. I'm like, this is a major surgery I had. I done bust the whole. I'm thinking I'm open. Like all 6 layers just flapping in the wind. Like what's going on? I thought that was out to the world. Like child, my stomach is out. Organs on the floor. But no, it was just a blood clot. But still, like that in itself, like that was traumatizing. And I'm just like, what in the world?
Thankfully the blood clot burst outside and
yeah,
not
inside. Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's just, I will never forget because you really triggered the husband part. Like with like what they're going through when he had a mental breakdown. I will never forget Juwan literally, like maybe it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We had it out. Like, cause I'm looking at him like, nigga, what the and he looking at me like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, nah, bruh. Like, I don't care nothing about what you talking about. Like, and he's just like, what? So my safety and health and whatever you don't care about. And I'm just like, nigga, I'm dying. I'm struggling.
I just had
I'm struggling. I'm over here debating if I'm gonna put a pillow over her head. Like seriously.
Be real.
Yeah.
And I had to tell my therapist that like I'm literally like I'm about to suffocate this baby because I'm like I'm dying.
Therapy is important, guys.
Yeah.
Very
Literally,
important.
like I'm literally like I love her so much, but I'm about to like do some shit that I can't come back from.
You get there.
And so I'm looking at him like you're not doing enough.
I need you to get her.
Yeah.
You know? And for him, he's just like, what more do you want me to do? And so for him, he's like, you don't give a fuck about me. And at that point, I was giving, at this point, no, not right now. I don't give a fuck about you.
I mean, but
The way he like slammed his shit and like dipped up out, and it was just like, it just triggers even more emotions because you just feel even. I'm like, you're literally doing the exact. I feel alone. Like I feel like
it's frustrating on both ends.
Yes, and I'm
Absolutely.
like, I'm up every 2 to 3 hours pumping.
Yeah.
Either I'm pumping or I'm nursing, or I'm nursing or I'm pumping. I'm nursing. Then after I finish nursing, then I'm pumping because gotta get this milk supply up.
And now you back working.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I got the news that like, oh, I gotta come back to work. And like, it's like, how? And not only do I have to come back to work, but I have to come back to work and travel.
Yes.
How?
Wow.
How am I supposed to do this?
That's a
They
lot.
said figure it out.
And
You
the
know
thing
what I'm
for me is like, and like going through physical bodily pain while you're going through it. Because for me, I couldn't take the Percocets. Like they gave me Percocets, they prescribed me Percocets and ibuprofen. When I came home, the Percocets, I can't hear nothing. Messiah was in there crying, whatever. My mama was there the first weekend or week or so. And it was like I could not hear him. And I was like, okay, so I can't do the Percocets.
Yep.
Given I'm like, she's about to go. My mom not about to be here. She don't live in the same state as I do. She's just here to help me now. So when she go and I'm here by myself and, you know, he's over at work, I'm like, I'm going to have to hear my baby. And I've heard that with some people when they go through postpartum depression, not even on medication, outside of Percocets, depending on how deep the depression goes, they block out
Yes.
the sound of hearing their babies crying and needing to eat and all that kind of and all those kind of things. So having a support group is very, very important because that's when I realized that the Percocets wasn't for me. I felt so good though. I was like,
You don't feel nothing.
Cause see, I hate medicine, so that was never an option for me. Every time they give me medicine for pain and stuff, I throw it in the trash because I'm just like, I'm all about holistic care, about taking some kind of vitamins or something maybe, but I'm not gonna take any. And then I'm like, Percocets, they sell that. I'm like, I ain't finna be on no drugs now.
and I was scared. I was like, Percocets?
Yeah.
Because I go straight to the songs where they sound like they on demon time. What they say?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They talking about these in the song. This was drug dealers giving out.
This what they giving the people.
Quiet as a cat. I was a little drug dealer in high school. I done sold my little Percocets for $20 a pill.
Please don't listen to her.
How many you trying to get?
You incriminate yourself on this.
I was in high school. I mean, the time of what's it called?
Hey, they going back nowadays.
You can't go back. You can't go back.
They going back on their vote.
But no, because I've never been, kind of like you said, I've never been a person who
pill popping animal.
Like unless I really, you know that I'm really in pain because I'm taking that medication.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, I remember when I literally got 7 teeth removed all at one time.
7?
Yes.
Oh, that's empty.
Oh,
and so they gave me perks, and I probably took 1 or 2 the first 2 days, and I'm like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I took an ibuprofen. I'm like, the ibuprofen is good enough for me. I'm not with this.
Yeah. Man,
and so I had all these pills, and people at school was talking about.
Let me get that.
I think somebody she was like, I was like, oh yeah, they. I was just arbitrarily talking about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, you got perks, and I was just like, I was like, yeah, why? She was like, I pay for them. I was like, how much? She hustler. She said $20 a pill. I said, baby, I got about 15 of them joints. Hustler. What you need?
Tell your friends about me.
Listen, but back to the schedule program.
She about to run out because she got that one.
Come on, baby. And
that's how you know I'm not a real drug dealer, because I wasn't looking to get some more.
Right. So
I was
find the man.
with my little
Look at how you gonna get some more after you sell all out. But
That's supply and demand.
and honestly, while we transition to that supply and demand, that supply and demand when it comes to breastfeeding that triggers that postpartum is bullshit. I don't give a goddamn what nobody say. Everything that comes on the internet and everything that you'll read on all these like breastfeeding things, it will tell you your body will produce what your baby needs.
No, it don't.
Just keep nursing them. Anything that your baby needs, your body will continue to produce it.
It will, but I mean, they're gonna get it.
And all the different supplements, advice that people give you, it don't always work.
I am that mother who is literally up at 3 a.m. pumping. And when I say I have bought every milk producing lactation product on the damn market, I have probably spent thousands of dollars at this point. Now I'm to the point where, okay, I'm producing enough milk where it's like, I probably get 1 bag a day. Okay. Like to put in the freezer, but I'm producing enough for her to eat. But then it's like everybody always talking about my baby so small, and so people don't realize the things that like will trigger you. Yeah. When people see me pump, like I remember my cousin came over and he was watching me pump, and he was just like, "That's it? Like that's all the milk that come out?"
First of all,
when I say
you do it.
When I say on the and I know, and because I knew he doesn't know, but on the inside, I'm like when I say I'm breaking down.
Yeah,
I am breaking.
Down. It's not his intent to hurt your feelings.
Exactly,
but it affects you.
Yeah, because in that mental state, you're not thinking about that. Everything that someone says and that happens affects you and triggers you.
Yeah,
in that depression state, like you just had a whole baby, so your hormones are crazy. So even though I'm not even talking about you or talking about anything you're doing, you're still talking about me. To me, if you say like, oh, yeah, that look a little big on you. Say what now? On me? Do I look fat? What's going on? Like everything is about me because I'm thinking that I'm constantly being judged. I'm judging myself because I'm depressed about how I look. Like we ain't talked about how you look afterwards. That's depression enough. You'd have had this whole child come out. Why the weight don't go when the baby come out? God. You made me gain 25-something pounds. Why you ain't got it all? Like, why don't slide on that when you slide out? Because it don't time for this. Like, what you mean? I'm still fat after you come out? I wasn't like this before.
Baby.
But give me back the body I had before you came.
Yes.
Because it's not fair.
I literally have like body dysmorphia like really bad right now. Because with Iman, I think because he was just my first, I just embraced everything. And like I said, his pregnancy wasn't like like a rough one
Yeah.
or whatever. And so it was like, oh, you know, I got my support system. I was able to get back into the gym. It was like, oh, you know, slowly but surely, I just let my body do what it, I think I had a lot more grace with him. With Nunu, and it's not like I didn't gain a lot of weight. I did, but, you know, I let my body do what it did to, you know, get it off. With Nunu, I've gained 80 pounds. And every day that I look at myself in the mirror, I cringe. Like, I have no grace for myself, and I don't know how to give myself grace.
Yeah.
Because my clothes don't fit. I don't feel like myself. I don't look like myself. I'm like, you know, I'm just constantly, it's like every little dent, and it's like so many people around me have had babies like at the same time, and they look amazing.
Snap back.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, what's wrong with me? You know, like, why do I look like this? And so I'm such in a rush to like get into the gym and get this weight off, but then I'm scared of how is that going to impact my breastfeeding?
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking
'Cause it
about
does impact your
everything that
breastfeeding.
impacts
It
my
does.
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, because I am one of those moms who I want to breastfeed as long as she wants to breastfeed.
Yes.
So you're choosing between your self-health and
My
your
child's
baby.
health.
Yeah.
Because I see, listen, for moms who can breastfeed, it is such a great thing that you can give your child, because health-wise, like, Iman he honestly, outside of, if he didn't have that adenoid stuff or whatever like that, very healthy kid.
Yeah.
Very healthy kid. Like, getting sick, that's not really a thing for him or whatever like that. And like just his brain development, how he processes things and everything like that, it really helps.
Yeah.
And so if you can do it, you know, and so I'm just like, I have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I have to. And so it's like, I'm sacrificing so much to ensure that I can breastfeed. And I don't know, I think it's, and that's why I think everything around it is just so sensitive and triggers my depression.
Absolutely. And then even with the breastfeeding, like I want to make it clear, because like I said, I was not able to breastfeed as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah.
But again, it's about, like we talk about, giving ourselves grace. Like, if you can't, it's okay. And being okay with it. Because it's like I said, we have so many things around us that make us feel like we're supposed to be doing these things. If you're not, something wrong with you. And so that alone increases and intensifies the depression mode of it. Because it's like, now I'm not living up to the standards that I'm supposed to be, so something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And so that only beats you down even more when you already are tired. And you've been doing all the things that you think you can do. Even though, you know, just press through and just find what works for you. If you can't breastfeed, it's okay. I'm a living testament to it. I could not.
They will survive.
Yes. The formula, the thing, I mean, yes, it's genetically modified and all this stuff, but it helps them, because I have 2 healthy children.
Yeah.
So it is possible to not breastfeed at all and still have thriving children that can do everything and keep up with the systems and do all the things they need to do and be functioning in society.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there, like, it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay not to be able to do all the things that society feel like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's pregnancy is different.
Everybody is
Everybody's
different.
body is different. And we just got to learn how to just, you know, be more accepting and understanding to people, because a lot of times we don't understand what they're going through mentally when we say things to
the
trigger
mental
them.
component, because that's
Yeah.
the thing you can't see.
Yeah.
So definitely be gentle with yourselves, guys.
Are you good, sis?
So yes, are you good?
Listen, be gentle with yourselves, but
Yes.
be gentle with the people
Around you.
who
Your support system.
Yeah.
who just gave birth.
Oh yes, definitely.
You know, if you're friends with
Yes,
somebody
your
who
fellow
just
mom.
Yeah.
like, I think because it's easy just to get so caught up in, oh, I want to see the baby, or oh, you know, they good, or oh, this they second go around, or oh, you know, they've done this before, all that type of stuff, and you don't realize, like, your friends are going through it.
Yeah.
They are like, they're dying on the inside.
Yeah.
And so it's important that you really just kind of, it's when your friends tell you they don't need nothing, still show up.
Definitely. And going through it yourself, it kind of gives you a different perspective to know that I hear what she's saying, but I know that I need to check on her a little bit more, or pop up and show up.
Yeah.
So guys, to wrap up this episode, we know that everybody's experience is different.
Yes.
So how long would you say your postpartum last in your individual experiences?
I can't 100% say how long it lasted. I just remember spurts of when things would happen that I'm like, okay, that clearly that's postpartum. That's not me.
Yeah.
But It lasted longer than I would have liked. I would probably say with Adriana, I feel like mine was a spout of a lot of depression on top of postpartum depression. So mine lasted for probably about a good year, to be honest. Okay. And probably about the same with Amina. It was about a year. And then I found myself even being mean, which I hate to even think about, being mean to my baby, to Adriana. Like, because I'm giving all this attention to her and she's wanting attention too. And I don't know how to split myself. I don't know how to be the best mom for her as well as take care of this baby too, because this is my first time having two. You know, and I have the support system, but when you at home and it's just you and the babies, and, daddy ain't there. Even when he is there, it's not to the capacity that you would wish that he would be there. Yes. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard. So you find yourself, well, at least I found myself sometimes being mean to her when I really didn't mean to. Yeah. And it's like, I'm so sorry, but I'm, again, looking outside of myself like, why you say that to that baby? Yeah. Why are you acting like that?
So then the mommy guilt.
And
and it re-triggers it all over again.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And it's just learning how to find outlets to break out that cycle. Yeah. So I feel like if I had have looked outside of my close-knit family to, help me get through those things, I possibly could have came out of that earlier than a year. Okay. But, it's also utilizing those resources, because sometimes we get in our own head and be like, I'm okay. I can figure this out. I don't need those. I don't need those extra things. I'm just going to get it together. But sometimes you just got to be like, no, sis, you do.
Yeah. And some days are better than others. Some days you do need the help. And some days you do got it.
Yes. Right.
Yes. Yep. So what about you, Jenny?
For me, with Iman, it was definitely a year. It was until his daddy got here. Okay. Like, it was, I would have great days and maybe great weeks. And then something would trigger and it would start it all over again. Yeah. So it was literally like a year and a half for Iman. And with Nunu, I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah. She's only 2 months.
Yeah, but she fresh out the cooch.
I am. I'm literally in the thick of it. But because I kind of know the signs, that's why I was like, no, I have to be in therapy consistently. Yeah. I need somebody to like bounce things off of. And so, and even when and she's just like, if you need another session in that same week, let me know.
Let me know.
She's really helping me prioritize myself so that I'm not so bogged down and triggered and, starting to spiral. Yeah. And especially because I am back at work. And, I feel myself, even earlier today, Iman is just like, mommy, and I'm just like, leave me alone.
Right. You do. And it's so hard.
I'm overstimulated. Yeah. And it's just like, and I feel so bad because I love my child so much. And I know he don't understand. No. Like, he's just like,
you being mean. Yeah, that's what my baby tell me. Mommy being mean.
No, he said he'll run to his dad. Mommy hurt my feelings. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But
I had to have a real talk with Adriana, because she told me when she got older, because I wanted to establish a relationship, especially when she got to elementary school and she started experiencing some stuff that, she needed me and need an outlet, because I didn't want her to turn to her friends. And so I was like, I had to establish a realm where she felt like she could tell me anything, no matter how crazy she thought it was. So I'm like, girl, I'm older than you. But as a child, I can't tell my mama this. You can tell your mama everything. If they create their realm for them to do that. Yes. And so because I knew that she had her restrictions, I was like, okay, tell me something that you feel like I would get mad about. And she told me, she was like, mommy, when you first had Amina, and sometimes even now, I feel like you don't care about me as much as Amina. And it hurt. And I was like, I didn't want that to happen. But she felt it. I can't, take it back. No matter how much I say I'm sorry. And I say, you know what? I can't change what I did in the past, but what we can do is we can make it better now. And so I actively try to find time for her and do things with her to make sure that she knows that she matters too.
Yeah, I love you too. Yeah. So guys, as you know, postpartum can last months or even years. Me, myself, I say however old your child is, that's how many years or months you in postpartum. I'm just going to be real with you. My son, 4 years old, I'm 4 years in postpartum, okay? And now he done knocked me up again. I'm double. I'm double postpartum. Look, I want everything. I feel the way about everything. Yeah. So, just please, guys, be gentle with yourself. Yeah. Utilize your support team. And if you don't have, close-knit family like we have had, please reach out. Talk to your doctor. Get a therapist. It matters. Yeah. So until next time, we are Simply Incredible Sisters.